Welcome to the edge of your mind. Let's explore beyond the illusion where truth begins, and let's dissolve the limits and break down the boundaries of our mind. Okay, let's talk about 5G. We're all pretty excited about it, right? It's like the latest tech fad, promising lightning fast connections and seamless communication. But let's be real for a moment. How often do we find ourselves frustrated with inconsistent coverage, even in major cities? It's like that one friend who promises they're on their way, but then mysteriously they disappear into thin air. Turns out this frustration is not just because of your phone's mood swings, but because 5G has some actual limitations. Sure, the signal is strong, but it struggles to reach through buildings or travel long distances, leading to those disconnection moments that make you question reality. But here's the twist. What if we didn't need to rely on these traditional tower-based networks at all? Picture this, quantum entanglement. Yes, that weird science magic where particles can affect each other instantly, no matter how far apart they are. If we start thinking of communication like this, suddenly the idea of connecting through physical infrastructure seems, well, outdated. We could evolve into systems that use bioresonance, basically technology that vibes with natural frequencies, to communicate directly, bypassing the need for all that clunky hardware. Imagine communicating with someone just by thinking about them. No signal bars, no buffering. Now what if we just said no to those corporate controlled networks? What if we could move to open source self-sustaining systems that don't need corporate overlords telling us when we can and can't connect? If we break free from the illusion of separation, the one that makes us think distance is real, telepathic communication stops being some wild fantasy and becomes just another way we're already connecting. In fact, it's already happening. Our awareness just needs to catch up. So in reality, telepathy isn't a futuristic dream, it's waiting for us to tune in. We've been walking around with our own built-in Wi-Fi this whole time. We just forgot to activate it. Now let's dive into the quantum realm where things get really interesting. Quantum entanglement proves that particles can interact instantly across vast distances. So imagine applying that idea to our minds and technology. What if we could communicate directly, bypassing the need for 5G towers, satellites and fibre optic cables? We could tap into bioresonance or even energy fields, basically a way for our consciousness to sync up in an instant. If quantum particles can do it, why can't our thoughts and intentions? Here's where it gets fun. As our awareness of telepathic ability grows, we're starting to realise that we can actually fine-tune these connections, just like you learn to tune your guitar, or if you're like me, you just try to tune it, then call it alternative music. There are ways to amplify telepathic clarity. You could work with specific frequencies, emotional alignment, or even visualization techniques to strengthen that connection. It's like a tuning fork for your mind. Once you know how to vibrate at the right frequency, you're in tune. At the end of the day, communication is a construct. We made it up, and because we create it, we can also redesign it. If we look at the layers of our current network, we'll realize that none of it is set in stone. Nothing is absolute, and everything is fluid. So what happens when we start to visualize direct consciousness networking? Imagine seeing and feeling connections, letting go of old beliefs about how communication should work. With this new mindset, we can begin to create systems that work with our natural flow. No more dead zones. Have you ever wanted to send a thought without it getting lost in translation? Well, it's time to start testing it out. Aligning with other like-minded individuals and setting the intention to communicate without relying on physical confirmation is the first step. Try sending a thought, a word, or even a feeling and see how it comes back to you. Test different sending methods, emotions, images, or pure thoughts. You might just start to notice the connection happening before your eyes. No Wi-Fi needed. As we play with telepathy, we'll also begin refining our intuitive connections. When you just say something is about to happen or when you feel a shift in the energy around you, this is intuition in action. The more you consciously direct your thoughts and intentions, the more you can strengthen that telepathic link. So start testing by sending specific thoughts or images. And when you get those spontaneous intuitive hits back, you'll know it's working. The potential for connection is endless. Our ability to communicate is so much more vast than we've been taught. The more we explore this, the more we realize how much consciousness and awareness play in shaping reality. This journey is just beginning, and the possibilities? Absolutely thrilling. So what's next? Where do you want to go in this world of interconnectedness? There is no limit, only the ones that we create.